For our project, we're going to talk about an issue in IT that is known as scamming. It is quite a big issue because it can cause a lot of trouble towards its victims. And talking about it can take quite some time actually, but thanks to the effort that has been put out by all of the group members finding contents and such, we are able to come up with this video. So without further ado, let's check it out.
Hello, who is this?
Assalamualaikum. Can I speak with Mr. Ashraf?
Waalaikumsalam. Yes, this is Mr. Ashraf speaking.
My name is Ismail. I'm from the government agency that was in charge in managing the VPN financial assistance. For your information, Mr. Ashraf, you are qualified to receive the VPN.
VPN ah? How do I get the VPN? Will you help me get the VPN?
Oh, of course. But first, I will have to ask you for your IC number. Can I get your IC number, please?
Oh, my IC number ah? But why do you need my IC number?
Well, to be honest with you, your IC number is going to be used to verify your personal information. I have to ask you for your bank account number. Can you please give me your bank account number?
Bank account number? Oh, okay.
Okay, so your information has appeared on my screen. Thank you very much because and then I will call you back later for an update.
Okay.
And when you're speaking about scam and frauds, these things happen in real life, and there are usually multiple types that these scams appear on. One being an online gambling. Things like illegal gambling, it is an activity that is counter to jurisdictional regulation statutes, such as operating without a gambling license. Cheating at play, it's a legal way that players get money from a particular form of gambling, such as using slot machines. Another one is, it usually happens when the criminal tries to steal money from the internet gamblers by infecting their computers. In that case, internet users who have financial transaction data are attractive targets for this kind of criminal. The second one would be phone scam, one of which is TAC scam. It is one of phone activity scam when scammers got the victim online banking login identification and password, then access the online banking website to do online banking transactions such as to transfer money and so on. The other one is telecommunications fraud. Scammers will randomly call anybody to try their luck to tell the victim that they have a delivery parcel from an overseas client or need some money to be paid for taxes, or maybe a government body calling you and asking you to pay for certain stuff like courts law and stuff.
Next, what to do if you realize that you have been scammed? You need to stop all contacts with the scammer. Once you realize that you have been scammed, do not continue the conversation. Hang up the phone, do not reply to emails or letters that the scammer have sent to you.
A second method what to do if you've been scammed is you should probably contact your bank account or your financial institutions. If the scam involved your bank information or your login credentials, then you have to contact your banks or credit card companies immediately. So your bank will help you determine the best course of action, and this could usually involve getting a new account, canceling your current cards, stopping payment that's currently on the check, or possibly rescinding your current transfer that's about to happen. You can also ask the representative to check your recent transactions to make sure you recognize them. Keep an eye out on your bank statements that look a bit suspicious, those that you know that you never did. Once you've determined which ones, place the fraud alerts on those credit reports. This will reduce the risk of the scammer using your information to obtain new lines of credit, whether it be loan or another credit card. You can also try to change your online passwords to stop criminals from accessing your account. A common thing with people in general is that they use the same password for multiple accounts, and this applies as well. If your information has been stolen, then you should possibly look and change to a new password. Make sure you change to a more secure and a stronger password.
If you transferred money to the scammer in the last 24 hours, immediately call the police, contact 999, and then file a report. Reporting a scammer will help the law enforcement authorities to track down and stop the criminals.
Next is investment scam. Fake advertisement, news articles, or messages tempt consumers into investing into cryptocurrency. For example, consumers usually lose their investment, have their personal details stolen, or both. The next one would be imposter scam. This is more similar to posing as authentic brands or genuine friends or family that you might have lost contact with. They usually come in, gain a consumer's trust, asking them to purchase goods, send them money, or click on links which usually will download malware and have your information stolen anyways. Another one would be hacks. This is a type of fraudster that usually hacks into someone's social media account. Of course, it's not limited to that, but it's more prevalent in that area. They usually send messages to their friends claiming to be in desperate need of help and asking them to send them money. Another one would be subscription trap. This happens when a consumer, such as you and me, is directed to sign up for a product or service that they never got to receive. Essentially meaning that you subscribe to something, you never got that thing, and you're still charged.
Next is, how do we avoid from getting scammed? Well, scammers are getting increasingly advanced in their attempts to get their victims' money or personal details these days. Scams target people of all backgrounds, ages, and income levels, which makes all of us may be vulnerable to a scam at a point. There are a few ways to protect ourselves and avoid from getting scammed. First of all, be alert and aware to the fact that scams exist. When dealing with uninvited contacts from people or businesses, whether it is over the phone, by email, mail, in person, or on a social networking site, always consider the possibility that the approach may be a scam. Remember, if it looks too good to be true, it probably is. Next, spot imposters. Scammers often pretend to be someone that you trust, like a government official, a family member, or a company that you do business with. Do not send money or give out personal information in response to an unexpected request.
Another one would be keep your mobile devices and computers secure. Always use password protection, don't share access with others, and update security software often, and always back up your content. Protect your Wi-Fi network with a password and avoid using public computers or Wi-Fi hotspot to access personal stuff like online banking or maybe your social media account. Just don't log in public, please. Another is to beware of any requests for your details or money. Never send money to anyone, to be honest, except if you know them personally. Don't give your credit card details, online account details, copies of personal documents to anyone you don't know, please. Don't agree to transferring money or goods to someone that you just met or someone that you barely know, because unbeknownst to you, that could lead up to a bigger offense. It could lead up to a money laundering scheme. And despite me sounding like a paranoid person, it can happen, and it has happened. So please do be careful on this certain things.
In this section, I'm going to talk about the impact of scamming towards its victims. Well, I want to talk about this section personally because I have been scammed. Yeah, it happens around 5 years ago during diploma. It is about money, but I'm not going to disclose how much. First of all, the victims are going to feel emotional and psychological trauma. Well, this is somewhat true because right now, if there is someone who wants to follow me on Instagram, if there is any unknown phone call, messages, I'm just going to ignore them all. I'm not going to take any chances. I'm just going to ignore them all. Next, the victims are going to feel shame and embarrassed to disclose the situation to their family or friends. Well, this is very true because my family never knows about it until now. And then the victims are going to feel depressed and sad. At that time, I am depressed because it is a feeling of disappointment about human at that time. But now, not anymore. But I am being cautious though. Finally, there are some victims who feel that the impact is so great that suicide is the only viable solution. But for me, no, maybe because I didn't lose that much money. But for someone who lost a lot, like hundreds of thousands, millions, for them maybe suicide is the only solution. But for me, no, yeah, that is all for me. I don't want to talk about it that much because it does bring back bad memories. But yeah, that's all. Thank you.